Most small businesses don't need 12 AI tools. You just need 3 AI tools that your team will actually use. And most of the people will recommend you an AI chatbot, a social media scheduler, an AI writing tool, but none of these are on my list. I've spent 7 years building tools and systems for small businesses and have very strong feelings about things that save money and something that just looks impressive in a demo. So today I'll be telling about the 3 best AI tools that small businesses need and one category that you should absolutely skip. There are no tutorials, just practical experience that I have seen over the past 7 years. If you do not already have a ChatGPT or a Claude subscription, I would recommend that you start there. Get their $20 plan. I'm not including a general AI assistant on this list because I assume that's just the standard that anyone should have in 2026. For everything else, I use 3 questions. Does your team do this every week? Does it reduce a real cost or free up a person? And can your operations manager set it up without a developer? If the answer to these 3 questions is yes, then we can consider. If not, I wouldn't recommend you to pay for that AI tool. So tool number 1 is meeting intelligence. I would start with Fireflies. Otter and Fathom do a similar job, so you can choose whichever one fits your workflow and your calendar the best. After a meeting, someone has to remember what was discussed, what was decided, write down the action items, and chase the people responsible for these. Then somebody says, oh no, I didn't agree to that, and suddenly no one has anything to go back to. Firefly will join your call, it will transcribe it, and send you a summary after the meeting. You get the decision, action items, comments without having to write down anything while you are trying to participate in the meeting. So it's useful if your team has several meetings every week, and the setup is basically just connecting it to your Google account. The paid plans will cost you about $10 per user per month. No, it will not make your meetings short. But what it will do is it will stop you from losing what was said and what was decided in the meetings. So if you have more than 5 calls a week, it will practically pay for itself. Tool number 2 is workflow automation. This is where Lindy, Make, or Zapier can be useful. These are automation tools with AI features in them. And the point is to stop people from doing the same actions again and again. So if you have a manual repetitive task, these tools are very helpful. So think of it like a form comes in, someone creates an entry in the spreadsheet, emails the client, creates a task, updates the CRM. The same process happening 20 times a week. That is a good automation candidate. Make is the more flexible and cost-effective option, so you can start there if you do not need a lot of AI and don't mind spending an afternoon setting it up. Lindy, on the other hand, is easier to get started with because you can just describe what you want and the AI agent will build the automation for you. But please, do not build a 40-step automation when a 3-step automation would do the job. That is how you end up managing an automation rather than your business. So the test for this is if something happens more than 5 times a week, that is a good candidate for automation. If it happens once a week, you'll spend more time setting up the automation than doing the task yourself. Tool number 3 is NotebookLM. It is free, it is offered by Google. I see businesses losing time in 3 places: searching through old contracts, onboarding people, and writing proposals from scratch, even though their last 5 or 10 proposals were practically the same. NotebookLM allows you to upload your documents, your contracts, your proposals, even your SOPs. And then you can converse with NotebookLM and ask questions about these documents. What are the payment terms in the contract? What does our onboarding say about week 2? So NotebookLM will give you answers from the documents that you upload. That is the useful part. You're not asking it to know everything. You're asking it to find something from the documents about your business that you have uploaded. It's offered for free by Google. You don't need a developer or anyone else to set it up for you, and it's easy to get started. But the problem is that it cannot fix bad documentation. If your SOPs, if your documents, if your contracts are out of date, the answers that it will give to you will also be out of date. So if you have a new hire that is about to be onboarded next month, you can upload your previous onboarding documents, and that could remove a lot of repeated onboarding questions. So these are the 3 tools that I would pay for, but there is one category that I would skip is customer support chatbots. Intercom is something that you will see recommended very often, and its demo is very convincing. It's a very polished product. You will see it answer to 40 different random questions and you will think that this is amazing. It will reduce the workload that you and your team have. But the demo is not showing you the 3 weeks of setup that it requires. Or the moment a customer asks something that the chatbot is not aware of, it will very confidently give wrong answers to your customer, which in my view is worse than providing no answer at all. So the 3 tools that I recommended help your team move faster, help you with your existing work. A chatbot, on the other hand, is trying to replace a function that your team does. So if you're a business with 15 to 80 employees or even 100 employees, that function is usually not ready to be replaced yet because you don't have documented processes and responses to common queries. But the exception is volume. If you receive 50 identical queries every week with the same question and the same answer, yeah, in that case, add an AI chatbot to your business. But most businesses that I have consulted are not at that position. They are just impressed by the demo. So the three tools are Fireflies for meeting, so you stop losing for what was said and decided, Make or Lindy for automation, so that a person does not have to do the same manual process 20 times a week, and NotebookLM, so that you can extract value from the documents that you already have, from the proposal, the contracts that you already have. So before you pay for the next AI tool, check the last 90 days. Did your team use it every week? Did it save you real time and money? Can someone in your team set it up without any developer? If the answer is no, cut it. Put the money towards something that your team will actually use. I post videos every week about how to practically use AI in your business. So subscribe if that's you.